pal number one. Hello. Welcome to your reading. So, y'all, I am in my car in this wonderful, hot Louisiana summer, and I'm sweating in this vehicle. But we're going to get through the reading anyway because I felt like it and I wanted to do it. So, pal number one. What are we talking about today? Does your person have feelings for you? Period. Okay, let's go. Pile number one. So my initial answer to you guys is yes, your person definitely has feelings for you. I tried to record your reading before, and for whatever reason, it's like I don't know what happened, if the camera shut off or the audio just shut down. I don't know what it was, but all I know is this is my second time doing y'all's reading. So I'm gonna just tell y'all what I saw. Whenever I was doing you guys' reading the first time, I did see a dragonfly. I saw a butterfly as well. And so I just wanted to tell y'all that in case you are the kind of person who likes to look up certain things when people discuss them in readings. If I remember off top of my head, I do believe that dragonflies are about like community and communication, but I could be crazy. Go look that up for me. And don't ask me what butterflies mean because I sure don't know. I only know what I don't know. If I knew it, it'll come up at some point, but off the top of my head right now, I cannot think of it. But yeah, I saw a dragonfly and I saw a monarch butterfly. And then as far as like visuals for your person, I was getting like a heavy androgynous energy. So whether your person presents as masculine or feminine doesn't really matter too much because I'm seeing that they're kind of attractive either way. That's what I was getting, like an androgynous kind of beauty. So, you know, however they want to dress, whatever they want to do, they're versatile, they can do it, they'll look good regardless. And I was picking up on like blonde, like sandy blonde curly hair. So don't know if anybody has like dyed hair, if their hair is naturally blonde, but I was picking up on that. If that's not something that your person has, maybe it's something that you have and they happen to find it attractive. I'm not sure. Could be anything. It depends on your situation. And yeah, so there was that. And then I also was picking up on the name Mark. So maybe your person's name is Mark. Maybe your name is Mark. Maybe you got a cousin named Mark, baby girl. I don't know. I just listen to what spirit gives me, and at this point I'm hot, so we're just gonna get it out. Those were the signs that I saw that I picked up on. So let's go ahead and move into your actual tarot cards. Pile number one, does your person have feelings for you? Again, my initial answer is yes, I do feel your person has feelings for you, but we got to get into the mind of them a little bit. So I don't know if you guys are in a situation where you are in separation from your person or where you guys are not allowed to be together romantically. I was picking up on like a job situation, like a career. So maybe you guys are co-workers, maybe you go to school together. And it doesn't have to be that. It might just be you're in an environment where, or even like a time where being romantic with one another is just not the right decision. It's just not the right move. And at least on your person's end of the situation, I do get it's because they are more so focused on working on themselves than they are pursuing a relationship right now, which is not a bad thing. It's just, it gets a little frustrating on the other end, on your end, when, you know, you feel like you're so open and you're so ready for love and commitment and the other person isn't cooperating for whatever reason. But that is why we have tarot readers and everything else, so we can understand why they're doing that. So you and your person are very comfortable with each other. As I was like picking up on their energy, I was sensing like they seem like a really great person. The way I described it is like as close to type A as you can get without actually being type A. So it's like, if you don't know what that is, y'all know how some people are just very like leadership material. They're very easy to get along with, charismatic, they're attractive, they take initiative, they're always prepared, That's what I mean by like a type A personality. This is like the number one person in charge, and they're likable. Hopefully. They're likable. Their methods might not always be, but they themselves can be a very likable person. Your person gives me that kind of energy, but it doesn't give like they're actually trying to be in charge of anything. They're not actually trying to be the head of a situation. It's more like if it happens, it happens. or at least as far as your relationship is concerned, if it happens, it happens. They seem very nonchalant as far as like actually pursuing something with you, not because they're lazy, but because their mindset is on other things, and to be in a relationship would require them to have a complete mindset shift, and for them to be able to actually pour into somebody else the way that they feel is appropriate. Right now, it's more so like they're comfortable with just being friends. They're comfortable with the conversations that you guys have, with the intimacy that you guys currently have. And intimacy doesn't necessarily mean like physical. Being intimate could mean that y'all tell each other secrets and y'all trust each other not to betray the other person's emotions or anything. It doesn't have to be, oh, we held hands, or, you know, wink, wink. It doesn't have to be all that. It can just be, I trust this person with a lot of different parts of myself that I wouldn't normally trust somebody with. So they're comfortable with where y'all are at, and it's like, it's not a situation they feel that they need to force anything to happen. Like, I wonder if this person knows that you have feelings for them, if you have feelings for them, because I feel like some of y'all are still kind of debating that. It's like, I like them, but it kind of feels like this is a mutual feeling of, I'm not gonna do too much. I'm not gonna put myself too far out there, because for whatever reason, the situation just doesn't feel like it requires that. There's no sense of urgency. There's not a sense of needing to rush into anything or any commitments or promises to one another. It feels like y'all don't have to make or force anyone to do that in order to continue forward. Like, this is the kind of person that if you just wanted to be friends with them for the rest of your life, they would genuinely find a way to be content with just being friends for the rest of your lives. Like, it's like, okay, well, cool. Because they have feelings for you, yes, but more importantly, the person who is on your mind likes you as a human being. They like your personality. It goes beyond physical attraction. It goes beyond lust and romantic feelings and wanting to be with another person and all that other good stuff. It's, you know, dang, I really like your perspective. I really like your opinion. I like that we have things in common. I even like the things that we don't have in common. I genuinely enjoy who you are without any obligation to me. And I love that energy. I think that's such a beautiful kind of person to be able to experience. And that's why I say this is as close to type A as you can get, because the charisma and the empathy and the emotional depth that your person seems to carry is just, it's very attractive. I get it. I understand why somebody would like them. Because they really just seem really awesome. And then another thing, I feel like your person has like they're very diverse in some kind of way. So maybe they have like really good taste in music or movies and just media in general. I don't really feel like they're big on fashion. I feel like the outside appearance is such a small fraction of what your person actually has to carry. Like, even the way that they present themselves to other people in like a casual, normal setting, you're only getting a very, very small fraction as to who they are. It's like, oh, it reminds me of that one video game. Oh my God, I can't think of I think it's called Rescue the Princess. I was just watching somebody play that game. It's like, I don't know what to call her. We're going to call her an entity. There was this woman, this feminine entity, that was saying that the player was only getting an opportunity to meet a version of her. He was only getting opportunities to meet different perspectives of who she really was, and each perspective was just a drop in the ocean of her entire being, which I know sounds so poetic. It's like, you could have a conversation with this person and feel like it meant so much to you, it changed your world, and you're still only getting a small idea of who your person is or who they could be. Your person has so much depth to them. They are such a refreshing energy to be around, and it's like, dang, dude, like, or I call everybody dude, it ain't got no gender to it. It's like, dang, you know, you are really, you're like a 1 in a million kind of person, like genuinely just really great. And it feels to me that that kind of personality is something that was born out of necessity, not necessarily just because it emerged. Your person, they are working on things. They do have like some karma, some triggers. They do have some things within them that they feel like need to be worked on. And that is why they are so nonchalant about pursuing a relationship, because it's like, why would I go out of my way to get into a relationship, to be intimate, to connect with somebody on that deep of a level when I know that I'm not secure within myself? Because all that's going to do is transfer my trauma and my pain onto somebody different. So it's like having that level of distance or self-control when it comes to the romantic feelings is good for both of you, because it allows them to focus on that part that does need healing, and it allows them to protect you from, I don't want to say becoming a victim, but basically picking up on pain that isn't really yours to carry. So they're very considerate in that way, and I do like that about them a lot. Yeah, so I feel like if you were to tell them that you had feelings for them, they would not reject you. They wouldn't reject you necessarily, because they do have a desire for you, but would they take it? I don't know. I can't honestly say that they would take it. Pile number one, if they did, it would be so slow that it would almost feel like nothing has changed. It would basically be like when somebody stays still at a green light and it's like, are you gonna go? And they're still kind of like deciding. In this situation, it's like, it's not that they weren't paying attention, it's just they don't know which way to go. They have to double check to make sure no other cars are coming. It's like, frustrating. So your person is cool, but they're not gonna I don't think they're gonna take any action as far as how they feel right now, just because it's the right thing to do, at least in their eyes. And truth be told, once you get past that initial layer of their persona, once you get past like the really, really pretty smile and the laughter, and I feel like your person, like, Jesus, like if somebody were to hear them laugh, it'd be like love at first sight, kind of. Because it's like, damn, like do they have like a really pretty laugh or a really nice laugh? It's just, I don't know if I would call it infectious, but it's the kind of laugh that makes you smile when you hear it, is what I'm hearing. It's so cute. I can't think of any good celebrities who have that same like genuine joy of the soul kind of laugh. But that's what they have. And once you get past that, it's like they have such a, I hate to say it, but they have like, there's such a darkness within them that other people might not even acknowledge it. I feel like if they were to tell you what caused their issues or what caused their trauma, I feel like it would seem almost minuscule compared to how much progress they've made in life and how they present themselves. It's like the sun, and then you see like one small little rain cloud kind of passing in front of it. It's like, why would that rain cloud, bother you? Like, you're the sun. But you have to remember that when that rain cloud passes, even though the sun is freaking huge, that rain cloud still gets you wet. You still get covered in all of the, you still see the darkness. You still feel that little shade, that shadow. You still get wet. So, And I feel like when they don't tell people about what they've been through, that's them protecting that fact. Like, they are more than aware that their personality is like really, really positive and really big and happy. They are aware of how much good they can do, but they're also aware of that darkness within them. So in order to protect, I want to say, that inner child, that part of them that does need the protection and that does need the safety and the healing, in order to be vulnerable, they don't tell everybody about what they've gone through. They don't let everybody into their mind. They don't share their full truth with everybody because, it's a protection thing. Like, I can't tell you about my scars because, say I tell you about it and you laugh because, it's really, really tiny. But to me, like, that shit hurt, So I do get it. I understand why they're like that. What I am curious about, I'm curious why the High Priestess is here, because y'all do have that card, Spirit. Why is the High Priestess here? because off top of my head, I feel like I know the answer, but I want to get one more detail. Let's see. Oh, I'm so hot. Oh, Lord, I'm sweating, guys. Oh my God. I feel like part of them thinks that they need to pursue their healing journey 100% on their own. And that may not necessarily be true. That may be what they think, but I don't think that's necessarily the case. Your person kind of chooses to ignore the effect that they have on others sometimes. Let me see how I can explain this in a way that actually makes sense. So, say you have like this really, really, really talented musician, okay? And this person is very gifted. You know what? I even know the exact musician I want to give y'all. If you guys have ever heard of Frank Ocean, or if you listen to Frank Ocean, he is a perfect example of somebody whose music has literally touched lives and people feel it so deeply. But Frank has his own issues. He goes through his own, his own pain and his own suffering and his own, his own sadness. He deals with that, and in a way, I'm not saying that he takes it out on his fans, but it's like, because he goes through those moments, he kind of takes the magic away from us, or he kind of takes the music away, or he'll, like that one time he took away the performance because he felt like, I don't have to do this, even though people had already paid their tickets and da-da-da-da-da. So it's not that he didn't have obligation, it's not that he didn't have obligation. It's just he was going through his own thing, and he was like, you know what, I'm just not going to do it. So whether that was the right thing or the wrong thing to do, that's not for me to decide. I'm just telling you that that is an example of what your person's energy is kind of like. I know what I can do for people. I'm aware that I can do these really great things, but there's this level of imposter syndrome and this overthinking and this doubting that kind of leads to inaction. And I don't think your person is fully aware of who they are and how amazing they are, which is crazy, because it's like, dang, you genuinely are so cool. And I feel it, like I understand. I can feel your person has this part of them that has yet to be tapped into, because they're kind of shut off and numb to it. And they feel like the way for them to heal themselves is to, do it in solitude and to be alone. And that way they don't have to, deal with the extra opinions and the extra ideas. They don't have to deal with the unnecessary judgments from others or the expectations from others. But I don't necessarily think that's the best way to do things. I think that's just what your person feels is safest, and that kind of ties into why they don't want to pursue a relationship. So, you very well could be an amazing asset in the healing journey of your person, but they just don't want to take that risk. And there's nothing wrong with that. I can respect a person who doesn't want to, share their trauma onto another person. So, everybody has their own journey. They'll figure it out. But when it comes to, their motivation and what keeps them going and what kind of helps them to keep pushing through, your person does have an ideal life, an ideal version of themselves that they want to have. And they do envision you as somebody who, they can be put into that fantasy, or they can be put into that dream. So whether that is the stereotypical or traditional, married couple with the kids and the dog and the house and the land and da-da-da-da, or whether it means you two like backpacking through Europe, or maybe your dream is to open like a grocery store. I don't know. Your person does have that happily ever after, and you are somebody who encourages them and who motivates them to continue thinking of that happily ever after. You're somebody who they also fantasize and they put in that happily ever after. So definitely have feelings for you. But they got to work on themselves, and that is their priority right now. So, we got to respect the flow. We got to respect the journey. I hope that your person realizes they don't have to do it alone, because I don't think that is necessarily sustainable forever. But last couple of messages for you guys, and then we're going to go ahead into the extended reading. If your person is around you and you guys are in contact or able to communicate with each other, even if it's as simple as you guys follow each other on Instagram, I would definitely give your person like a lot of affirmations when you can. So let them know that they look good, or let them know they're doing good. Let them know you're proud of them. You know, be open in expressing how great you think they are, because that's something that they could definitely use. And then I'm going to use my own life as an example. Whenever I want to feel connected to, you know, my significant other's energy, even when they're not physically in front of me, I still speak to them. So I will, you know, send them positive energy. I'll say something like, you know, oh, I hope he knows how amazing he is. I hope he knows that he's doing good. I hope he knows he looks, you know, really cute today. I'll say things like that. And because I feel that connection with him, as I encourage him, it's also very encouraging to me to be open like that, to be open to loving another person like that, to be happy and willingly giving and not feeling like it's draining for me. It uplifts me and my environment as well. So I would definitely do something like that for them. Do it for yourself too. It's always good to affirm yourself, please. And for the grab bag card, you guys got the number 999. So that's usually about cycles completing or getting ready to close out. The card says home stretch, don't give up, you're almost there. So maybe your person is coming close to healing what it is that they need to heal, or maybe they're getting to a point in time where they feel they're ready to connect with you, and you know, maybe y'all can discuss something of like dating. Y'all can discuss the idea of possibly, you know, playing with the notion going on a date, something like that. And I do hope that it all works out for you guys, pile number 1. But now we're going to go ahead and get into the extended part of the reading, which is going to be over on Patreon. And we're basically just going to be saying, what would your person say if they were just completely unfiltered? What are their thoughts? What would they say if they could just let it all out? So I will see you guys in that reading. But if this is where we part ways, I hope you have an amazing day. I will see you in the next video. Don't forget to let me know how much you like this one, or if you're interested in a different kind of reading, and I will happily post that for you when I can. But have a good one, you guys. Bye. Hello, my wonderful pile number 2s. Welcome to your reading. Today, you guys, we are going to be figuring out, how does your person really feel about you? We need to know these things so that we can move forward accordingly. So I'm excited. I found my little grab bag. Y'all, my little grab bag. If y'all don't know about it, way back in the day, however many years ago, I wrote like a bunch of different phrases and like songs and lines from movies and stuff that I would hear and I thought were interesting on a bunch of different cards. And so I have all of them. I found them. They were in like a box in the trunk of my car. So I'm really excited, and especially for y'all, because y'all got a lot. This reading does have an extended version, but we're going to get into that later. Right now, we're just going to get into your tarot cards and the cards from the grab bag, which we love and adore. So, pile number 2. How does your person feel about you? I don't know. I don't know if anybody from this pile is from the South, because I immediately recognized, I felt like the energy was like, okay, cousin. If y'all don't know, I'm from Louisiana. I'm from the South. So it was like, I recognize Southern energy when I see Southern energy. But the person that you guys are dealing with, Jesus, y'all. Did y'all see Sinners? Did y'all see Sinners? Because if y'all saw it, stack. And that's all I'm going to say. If you've seen it, cool. If you haven't seen it, don't worry about it. But the energy that I'm picking up on right now, stack energy. And I love it, but it's a mess. And it's like, I feel like that sums up your relationship with this person. So pile number 2, for a lot of y'all, this is not a new person at all. If you do feel like, well, no, this is somebody new that I have a crush on, babe, I don't know if y'all knew each other in a past life or what, because this does not feel like, it feels like you got history with this person in one way or the other. But the interesting thing about pile number 2 is y'all are very divided in what this relationship actually means and in the timelines that you guys are in. So Please take everything you're hearing with a grain of salt. Remember, this is a general reading. I can only give you so much information. Even if I was giving you a personal reading, people still have free will. And even if you were meant to say y'all were meant to like have your first kiss on March the 1st, if you guys have free will, y'all might mess around and choose not to have that kiss until, you know, like March the 22nd. Who knows? Everybody decides what they want to do for themselves, even though we have things I feel we're supposed to do or we're meant to do. So, you know, we don't have to get into all that right now, but you get the gist of y'all are different. So just be mindful. General reading. Ooh, hold on, y'all. It's a police officer. I wonder if he's gonna come and get me. Hello, sir. Nah, he not. We good. I'm sitting outside. Like, I'm just in my car, like, parked some random place. That's why I said that. But, yeah, okay. Let's get into your reading, pile number 2. Does your person have feelings for you? Yes, babe. Like, yes, they have feelings for you. And it's not a secret. And it's like, it's kind of funny. I feel like your person has like a big mouth. I feel like they laugh a lot or they make a lot of jokes. And I feel like it's that mouth that gets them in trouble, in a good way and a bad way. But it's like, it's not a secret. Like, you didn't even have to come to a reading to ask if they have feelings for you. You might have had to come for a reading to ask what their intentions were. And that might be the truth behind why you're asking what you're asking. Because pile number 2, y'all already know, or you should already know, because it's very obvious that this person likes you. Now, I don't know if you grew up with this person, but like I said, I sense like a back and forth kind of energy. This is not y'all first go around. Maybe this was a friends with benefits, and then y'all decided to date a little bit. Then y'all went back to like the friends with benefits. I don't know. It's a lot of like up and down, side to side, roller coaster ride type of energy. And it's like, the thing about it, your person's feelings for you are genuine. They are real. And I feel like if you were to ask them directly, hey, do you like me? They're going to give you the honest answer and be like, yes, I like you. Duh, I like you. Why are you asking me stupid questions? But the confusion that is here right now, it's coming from the fact of not does this person really like me? It's what is this person's intentions with me? Why do they behave the way that they behave when it comes to me in this connection? And your person, I feel like that's kind of a different reading. I'm not even gonna lie to you, because your person gets caught up in cycles, and I feel like they acknowledge the problem a lot. Like, they acknowledge the obvious. They state the facts, but they don't get into the why too easily, and that's the irritating part. So they feel like the relationship between the two of you is unbalanced, and I feel like to them it's always been unbalanced. And they keep going back to it. It's like, for whatever reason, they can't quit you. They can't let you go. And it's clearly vice versa, because it takes two to tango. So however involved you want to, claim to be, or whatever you want to take accountability for, the fact of the matter is that y'all keep coming back together, or y'all keep interacting with each other for whatever reason. But I feel like the issue is that your person deals with a lot of immaturity. Maybe they don't always know how to give to you in the way that you need to be given to, and maybe they don't always know how to ask for what they need as well. So there's immature energy regarding communication and expressing oneself. Like I said, your person seems like they don't take too much serious. And when it comes to like a serious topic or having like a genuine real discussion, it's like all of a sudden they at a loss for words. All of a sudden they don't know what they're talking about. So why are they like that though? Why, Spirit? Can we get a explanation? Not just the obvious facts. Can we get an explanation for why? King of Wands reversed. Love that. So, Shasha. Okay. Oh wow. Okay, I'm sorry, because see, my problem is that I start pulling on my cards. I like to look at the top of the deck and the bottom of the deck after I finish pulling, and then once I get into it, it's like the tarot tells you an entire story, and I just get to pulling like a horse. So the reason why your person gives you this immature energy and y'all keep going back and forth and y'all can never seem to find stability or an equal balance of give and take, is because your person has like ego issues. It's their ego. Your person is very ambitious. They're very fiery. I wouldn't be surprised if you were dealing with a fire sign or a water sign. But I wouldn't be surprised if their moon was a water sign, but maybe their ascendant and their sun sign were both fire. I would not be surprised at all. Your person deals with like a lot of different emotions, and they're very strong, encompassing emotions. I don't necessarily feel like it's anger. It's a lot of passion though. Like, for example, if this is the kind of person, if they felt that they were being treated unfairly, it's like they are going to raise hell. They're going to be upset about it because it doesn't just hurt their ego, it hurts them emotionally. It makes them think things like, well, if I was a better person, or if I was more skilled at this, would this still have happened? If I was born into a different family, if I had a different culture, if I was, if I had more money, if I looked like this, if I had all these different things, would I be able to get the things that I actually desire? So when your person's pride or ego is hurt, it's not just that their ego is like being knocked down a little bit. It's like you're literally poking on their heart. Your person is actually like very vulnerable and emotional. So the reason you guys can't get it together, I feel like your person deals with a lot of insecurity, a lot of unhealed masculine energy, if you will, and they want things to happen quickly. They like progress, they like passion, they like fast results, instant gratification. They like these things and they desire these things because part of them is very romantic and they love the idea of a happy ending. They love the idea of the hero getting the girl at the end of the movie. They like the idea of like Robin Hood giving, like stealing from the rich, giving to the poor, and then getting away without any consequences. Like, they're that kind of person. They enjoy those things. They are deep in their fantasies with that kind of stuff. They have an idealized version of how things are supposed to go. And it's not even like they can't necessarily have the things that they want. It's just, you can't be silly all the time and you can't fly by the seat of your pants the entire time. Like, at some point you have to have structure. At some point you have to have a plan. You have to be a leader. Even if you're just leading yourself, you have to go about things in a more mature way. And that's where your person ends up falling short, especially when it comes to your relationship. And then, you know, once they make that first mistake, it's like they kind of don't want to deal with it. So they kind of just let it fester. And then it turns into something big and unnecessary that it doesn't have to be, until the point where they can't even see like the truth of who they are. They can't even see their own worth or what they're doing right because they never sat down and dealt with the disappointment they were feeling in the first place. And that's when they really start messing up. So we can do like a whole essay on your person. Baby, when I tell y'all stack from sinners, that's who this is. This is stack from sinners. So it's like once they hit that initial mistake, it's like a snowball happens. A snowball of their ego and their overthinking and of their fears and their insecurities and their desires start piling up. And the next thing you know, they make that one big freaking mistake that makes you specifically just want to walk away and not even talk to them. So I don't know how many times that has happened. But that's the truth of what the situation is. And I feel like if you were to look at it on the surface, like from the outside looking in, as someone who doesn't know that this is what's going on in their heart, you would think that they just do stupid things and they don't care about the consequences and they don't care about anything. You would think that your person is just, you know, I don't know. You would think that they're just, they don't take life serious and they're always just looking for that next thrill and that next like person to be up under and all that other stuff. And I feel like for you, pile number 2, you know that they care about you, or you know that they view you highly. You know that they have strong feelings for you because they keep coming back to you. But at the end of the day, you don't want the kind of union that they're offering. And so they kind of have no choice but to, I want to say, be a little toxic. I ain't even gonna lie. Like, your person kind of feels like they don't, not even your person, I'm going to say from the outside looking in, if you didn't know their intentions, you would say they don't have a choice but to like constantly like your pictures and to look at your like your Instagram, your Snapchat stories, your social media, whatever the case. They don't have a choice but to try to be around you in any other possible way, because you won't allow them to connect with you directly, because you're not dealing with the energy that they're giving. You're not dealing with like this false sense of partnership, because you have to do what's right for you, which I respect and I understand. This is interesting. So yeah, if you were curious as to why your person keeps going back and forth with you, that's the reason. That's the the real reasons behind it. So how does your person feel about you? I'll give them a little bit of grace, and I will say that they want to be more mature, and they want to communicate better. They want to address the problems that you guys have had in your past, because they have a desire to fix it. And so it looks like they feel really drawn to the idea of pursuing you again if you guys are currently in separation. It's like, ooh, and I can see how this is gonna play out, and your guys are like screaming. They're like, no. Oh my God. It's like, I can see it playing out, like this really sexy person being like, well, just tell me what the problem is and I'll fix it. And they're serious is the thing. They're dead serious about that. And it's like, you want them to fix it, but they've messed up so many times. It's like, do you even want to go through that process of seeing how this is going to play out again when it's failed so many times before? It's like, oh girl, I can't. I can't. Oh my God. Your person is seductive. I get it. I do get it, girl. And I call everybody girl. Look, girl is unisex on this channel. God dog it. Girl just means friends over here. I don't care what nobody else said. So yeah, I understand why this person is kind of hard to get away from, because they seem very seductive. Their energy is very seductive. I like it, but you know, you don't always want to deal with that, understandably so. Let's get into the grab back cards right quick. Let's get into your grab back cards, because you guys got a lot, and they're so funny to look at. So you got the soulmate card, but right with that card in all capital letters, it just says no. It's like your guys are saying no. Oh my God. And it's crazy, because it's like they don't care. It's like, I don't care that this is just soulmate. Just, you don't have to be with the soulmate, you know, like we all have plenty of soulmates. There's lots of soulmates in the world. You don't have to be with this one. So maybe that's the challenge. Oh my gosh. It's like, maybe this is somebody who's here to teach you something, not necessarily there for you to be with, but who knows? Who knows? This seems like a very thorough story that you have to tell. But you got soulmate, and then you got no, like exclamation point, no. You got, you need to love you. Don't sleep so much, figuratively and literally. So when, just in case, when the card that says don't sleep so much, it means don't ignore obvious signs about things. Don't act like you don't know what's going on. Don't turn a blind eye to things. And for some of y'all, it might mean, hey, literally stop sleeping so much. You know, it is what it is. Now this card wasn't supposed to be in this particular deck. It's a message card, but I'm going to read it for you anyway, because, you know, it's there. It says, I care about you so much it hurts. And that really stuck out to me, because it's like, yeah, I bet it does. This kind of relationship seems like it has a lot of like ups and downs and intense emotional situations. So I bet you do care about this person so much that it hurts, and same for them. And then last two, God, things really are different. And then right after that, it says leave, all caps, exclamation points, no good, no hope, go, like right now. God dang, dude. So it's like every time like a cute little card comes out, you get like an all caps card saying no, stop it, don't do it. It's like you're getting warnings about this person. It's red flags over here, girl. I hate to say it, but it is some red flags with your person. That being said, I don't think they're a bad person. Oh wow. And then I just pulled out the little I just pulled out my little deck, and it said oh god, I just pulled it out, and it says, guess what's like sitting on top of the deck? I did not see this before. It says confusing, roll the credits, it's over, and 1 week. Oh my god, yo, like, see, the grab bag, we clap it up for her because she's honest. If she's nothing else, she's very honest. Well, y'all see what I'm saying? It's a lot of red flags, babe. I'm not gonna lie. And I'm not trying to leave you with no hope whatsoever. I promise I'm not. We are gonna get into what your person would say if they were completely unfiltered, the truth, what you need to hear, not necessarily what you want to hear, but what you need to hear. And we'll see a little bit more about what's going on in their mind. But it's like every time like a little cute card comes out, or I want to give you guys like a little positive spin to it, it's like a no. Your guides are being very clear about how they're presenting this. And god dog it, I saw a police car before we started your reading. Oh yeah, pile number 2. No, baby, I can't support this. I cannot approve this. It's too many red flags. So if you want to get into what your person's truth is, why they're behaving the way that they're behaving from their own mouth, like getting the messages that they would send if they were just completely unfiltered, didn't care about the consequences, then come and meet me over in the extended reading on Patreon. But if not, and this is where we part ways, then I hope that you did enjoy the reading. Let me know how you liked it. Let me know if it resonates for you, and just know that you are in a safe space over here. It's all good. This is a general reading, so if you feel like this is not your situation and it didn't resonate for you, then that's cool too, baby. Move on. Who cares? Like, we're all here to have fun. This is all alleged anyway. So that being said, I really, really, really do hope that you have an amazing rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one. All right, bye, pal 2. Hello, my wonderful pal number 3s, and welcome to your reading. So we are going to be figuring out, how does your person really feel about you? We're going to go over to the extended message at the end just to see what would your person say if they were unfiltered and they did not care about the consequences. But at this point in time, I have been talking for 2-3 hours and my throat is dry, so I'm not as hype as I was, but I'm still hyped. So we're going to get the messages that we need to get for you today. I'm going to be pulling out of my grab bag. If you guys have been watching my videos for a long time, then you already know what the grab bag is. But just in case you haven't or you don't, I basically, a really long time ago, wrote down a bunch of different phrases and songs and some channeled messages on a bunch of different cards that I have. And I put them all together in this big old mesh bag, and I call it the grab bag. So we're going to be getting messages from there because those messages hit every single time. And sorry y'all, I think I just rocked my own car, but I think it'll be fun. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. Pile number 3, how does your person feel about you? So I don't know specifically what you and your person are dealing with right now, but I feel like the best way to attack your reading is to go from the grab bag messages first and then get into the tarot cards. So your messages from the bag say 555, huge changes, massive shift. This is going to be interesting. You already know, don't ask again. Smudge, as in cleanse, bless, fresh energy. You are talented and amazing. You need a break. Roll the credits, it's over. So looking at this, I feel like you guys have been, whoever you're dealing with, whoever it is that's on your mind, they've been on your mind for a long time. This is likely not the first time that you've asked for guidance about them, or you've prayed about it, maybe talked about it with somebody you're close to, even if that's your guys, maybe it's your friends. You've discussed this before, and I don't necessarily want to say it's like pile 2. This one feels a little bit deeper, a little bit more. I feel like I need to give you guys a trigger warning because this one feels like a little bit more in depth. If you were attracted to pile number 2, I feel like this is like a deeper, more complex energy. Pile number 2, there was still like this element of playfulness to it. And it's like, yeah, there needs to be some growth and everything, but it's not like, it's something that, there's a reason you keep entertaining it, because it's not all bad. But for this group, it feels like we're a little bit past that point, and there are a lot of deep emotions, some very deep, just deep emotions, very complicated feelings in this situation. But I think we're kind of past the point where it's playful, like kitty energy. This feels very serious. This feels like 2 very mature people, or 2 people that have to be mature. Oh, why are you looking at my car, sir? You want to fight? I'm sorry, y'all. Don't mind me. See, this is what happens when you park in random places and you do things. But, I have been sitting here for a long time, and they probably just being like, why are you still here? I'm not, leave me alone. Anyway, let's focus on your reading. So, pile number 3. That was the grab bag messages, and we will get into a few more in the extended at least. But I feel like that was the best way to go into your reading, to have that perspective already on our minds of something in this connection is in deep need of transformation and change. And that's likely what you guys are already experiencing. So maybe this is a very serious situation or moment in your relationship with this person that you're thinking of. When it comes to you, how does your person feel? It feels like y'all are at a standoff or a standstill. So in the past, I don't know if you guys would play like save the day with each other. Like if one person would be the other one's hero, or one person would always be there to pick the other up. But now it feels like a situation where it's like, I want to say there's no silver lining here, but that's a little bit dramatic. It's more like you can't rush in and save the day when you don't really know what you're dealing with. I feel like we need more cards on that. It's kind of I don't know how to describe this energy. Let me see. Let me get some more cards. Can we describe that that night a little bit more, please, Spirit? Make it plain for me. And the thing about it, I do think your guys are kind of at a point where it's like, I don't want to say they don't want to talk about it anymore, but they're saying like, it's time for change. You need to let this go. You need a break from this situation. You've asked about this a lot. You already know what the answer is. So let's see. One more card, please, Spirit. I love it when they just throw my cards all over the place. It's like my favorite thing. Okay, I got it. And I knew that's what it was. Okay, so it's like, and I don't even think that helped. It's a situation where, okay, y'all know, I don't want to bring up another movie reference, but I don't know a better like plain clear cut white knight who didn't get what he wanted. So do y'all remember Shrek? I think it was Shrek 2. I think it was Shrek. It was either Shrek 2 or Shrek 3. I'm not sure. Whichever one Prince Charming shows up in the first time. And you see that he's gone through, through all of these different trials, and he's fought all these different monsters, and he's done all this work just to get to Fiona. He finally gets up to the dragon's castle, and boom, Fiona's not there, which you can imagine that would throw him off, because he was imagining in his mind, I've gone through all these trials. I'm going to get the girl. We're going to get married. Then I'm going to bring her home. I'm going to break her curse. I'm going to be the king of this, this kingdom, and everything is just going to be happily ever after. That's what I want. You can imagine how irritated and disappointed he was after he went through all of that work and he basically gets told, well, somebody else beat you to it. Essentially because they took a shortcut. So you can imagine how irritated he was. But that's the energy, or that's kind of similar to it. I know y'all's situation is a lot more serious, but that was the best visual I could think of right now. Just this despondent white knight who thought that the situation was going to go one way, and they put in the work. It's not like they weren't doing anything. They put in effort, but it's for circumstances that were beyond their control, the knight just doesn't get what they want. And so it's you're left with this feeling of longing and sadness, a little bit of desperation, and confusion. So a lot of different emotions, and it feels like all you can do in that moment is you're kind of stuck at a standstill. It's you're being forced to rest when that's not really what you want to do. You're being forced to take a break when that's not really what you want to do. Yeah, I don't know. Did you and your person get into a really big fight or something? Oh man, how does your person feel about you, pile number 2? Oh, I'm sorry, pile number 3. See? How does your person feel about you? For some of you, I feel like this is a hands-off situation, or there are limitations to what you guys can do. I'm not sure. I don't know if it's because your guides want you to take a break, and so they're purposefully not giving me everything. But y'all, hopefully this is not your first time here and you've seen my readings before, y'all know the guides be yapping. So that's why I'm just y'all really don't want to. There are things that are intentionally being concealed right now. It's not being said on purpose. And I do feel that has to do with, somebody in this situation. If not both of you need to take a break. Even your cards, you got the 3 of Cups versus the 5 of Wands in reverse. So you basically got, instead of focusing on drama and challenges and arguing, you got literally making peace, spending time with friends, having a good time, literally taking a break to fill your cup again, instead of pursuing this situation that seems to be a lot of drama. Now, what I'm trying to figure out is it your relationship with this other person that is super duper dramatic, or is it just circumstances beyond your control? It might depend on your specific situation. This is a general reading. So I'm only going to get so much anyway, but it's usually, it's usually not like this. I'm not going to lie. Your guides are concealing some things from me on purpose, which is fine. I respect it. So something is breaking down within this relationship, and it's it's all your person can do is accept it. It's you can't do anything about it. I don't know if you moved away from this person or if y'all broke up. If this was an on and off again situation, but this time you were no, I'm serious. I'm not doing this anymore. That's what I meant when I said it. This kind of feels like a continuation of pile number 2, but almost it's in a different timeline. It's this is the version of the situation where somebody puts their foot down and they're I'm not dealing with this anymore. This is worst case scenario. I don't want to talk to you, and I don't want to speak to you or see you right now, at all. And it doesn't have to be so gloom and doom, you're never going to see them again. But it does feel it's really emotionally heavy right now to deal with this person. So things are tumbling and breaking down. They're not working out. And it's you both kind of just have to sit there and bear witness to it. And it's if you want to heal, and if you want to do better, and if you want to experience good things, it's you have to work on you. You have to deal with your own things. And that kind of brings me back to that card. You're talented and amazing. There are other aspects to you besides this relationship or besides this other person. It's time for a cleanse. Okay. Yeah. So it's getting a little bit clearer now. The highlight is not on this relationship because that's not what they want you to worry about right now. What's breaking down? I don't know if this was maybe a divorce as well. For some of y'all, it could be a divorce, or there's some type of, it's like the security that you had with this person is leaving. It's like the foundation is cracked. And I don't know if it was cracked to begin with, or if y'all were still building it and now it's just not working out anymore. But it's like, it's like everything has to come down. It needs to be a blank, clean slate. Because for some reason, I feel like you've tried so hard with this. Y'all both have tried so hard, and it's just, it hasn't gotten to where it's needed to be. And I hate that I can't see the full details. It's like, I know, I can hear it. Like, I know it's being concealed. And I don't know why. Typically, that's because my guys are trying to protect me from something. I hope that don't mean this is my pile too, because dang. That'd be a lot for me to end this reading with. But you know what? I'm going to pull a few more cards for you. Let's see what we can get. Let's get a few more details. Okay, so pulled a few extra cards. And again, I do feel like this is more so about you guys' journeys as individuals than it is about the full relationship. Because what's really going on here right now, it may not be fun to experience, but what's happening right now is your life is shifting for the better. And it can't do that if you're still holding on to old things. And this is not a situation where you have to necessarily do anything or you have to put in any work. This is not a time for you and this person to be actively working on the relationship. You're at a standstill right now because you have to be at a standstill. Things are crashing and burning because they have to crash and burn. And your job right now is kind of just to bear witness to that and just be patient. You have to allow it to happen because some things are going to be revealed that if you don't need to overcome them, then you're going to realize you've already outgrown them. And all you need to do is just be like, okay, I'm done with that. Because as soon as you'll see it, you'll be like, okay, I don't want that anymore. Injustices, things that have not been fair and balanced in this relationship need to come to light. How this relationship is not serving the both of you needs to come to light so that you can address it. Maybe apologize mutually for it. Maybe so that you guys can, best case scenario, stay together. Worst case scenario, y'all move on respectfully with appreciation for each other. Because I don't like to be super duper negative about it. But I do feel like you need to make way for new energy right now, especially if you do want to see the relationship grow. Because nobody is saying that the relationship with this person is 100% over and that you can't have it. Nobody is saying that. It's just that sometimes you have to take a little bit of time apart in order to work on yourself separately, or in order to see what within you needs to be healed so that you can allow somebody else to love you and you can love somebody else in a way that's actually healthy and sustainable and long lasting, the way that, you know, most of us dream of. So yeah, it's not a, this is not an end all be all. It just feels like it's a very serious shift. And those of you who picked this pile could be dealing with like, I don't want to say that. I was about to say a karmic soulmate, but I don't feel like that's what it is. It's more like this could be what some people call like your kingdom spouse, the person that you're meant to marry. This could be your twin flame, even though whatever, with twin flames. This could be that person who you are meant to have those major shifts with, like that one person that is like your mirror, like that is your, you know, I believe in that kind of connection. I believe it exists. I don't think you have to absolutely be with that person 100%, but I do believe those kinds of connections exist. So maybe this is that kind of person, because I do sense this is a little bit more dramatic and serious than, you know, just like a casual, not even casual, but something a little bit more serious than a soulmate, because we all have dozens of soulmates, or maybe not dozens, but we all have, I promise you, multiple soulmates. There's more than one person in this world who's meant to perceive you and understand you and get you and make you feel something. So Looking at this a little bit deeper, and I pulled from the other cards that I pulled, the situation that's going on right now, you guys are not meant to be actively working on the relationship as much as you're meant to be working on yourselves. So what's happening right now is actually, it might be part of a soul contract. This might be something that had to happen sooner or later, where you guys have to walk away from each other even if you don't really want to. And it's for the sake of your happiness. It's for the sake of your growth. It's for the sake of you understanding yourselves. Now, just because things are leading to a brighter path doesn't mean that getting there is going to be fun. I think I said that already. For you and for your person, it's going to kind of feel like you now have to create this new version of life, or you kind of have to go in this new direction that you don't feel super secure and confident in, where you don't really know who you are or know what it is that you want or really desire anymore, where you're having to reconnect with those ideas and what you think love really is and what relationships really are, and, you know, what you need to bring to the table versus what the other person needs to bring, kind of reevaluating that and understanding it for yourself. The good thing about this is that you're not disconnected from all the progress that you've made. It's more like it's just time to shift. It's time for, you know, we're growing again. And looking at this from a spiritual perspective is actually like, it's very, very beautiful. It's kind of like, that is, I don't know why I want to describe it like that, but it's kind of like, you know how you can look at the sunset day after day after day and you never get tired of looking at the sunset? Like, you always find new ways to appreciate the beauty of it. It's kind of like that. It's like being reborn again and again, or like seeing small shifts. Even though you're living the same life, it's like no 2 days are the exact same every single day. All it takes is you shifting your perspective to be like, oh, look, this is different, you know? But with differences come challenges. It comes with overthinking. It comes with being nervous. It comes with anxiety. It comes with, you know, doubt and all these other emotions that are basically just your brain's way of really, truly trying to protect you and make sure that you're physically safe, because your brain cares about your physical safety. I don't know that it cares too much about your about your mental safety. I don't know. That tickled me a little bit. I don't know why that made me laugh. But your brain, for sure, if it doesn't care about nothing else, it cares about you being physically safe. So when it gives you those negative thoughts and it gives you all these different ideas and emotions and feelings rushing through your body, it's just your brain being like, hey, I'm just trying to make sure that we're safe. Okay, I'm just trying to make sure that physically we're good. So you go through that process until you adjust, and then, you know, who knows, you might have to go through it again, but that is life. So, you know, you adapt and readapt, all that good stuff. But that seems to be what's going on with you and your person. It's like mutual. And it's bittersweet, because it's like there is this joy and this playfulness in being able to go into a new chapter, in a new journey, being able to do something new and refreshing and fun. That is great, but then there also is that part of it that's like, well, you know, I don't get to have this person there with me, or I don't get to be connected to them in the way that I was. And, you know, I didn't even necessarily say I wanted to do this new journey right now. Like I was fine with doing it later on in life, or doing it in a different way. It's a lot. So, it's definitely a lot emotionally. This is one of those things where, like, I can see kind of like a movie almost. It's like there's a point in it where you may be crying and feel like you can't handle this and you can't do this. But at the end of the movie, it does seem that you're better for it. It feels like, you know, this was something that I had to do in order to grow. And I'm happy that I did it, because I know myself a little bit better now. So this is something that you both are experiencing, I see. Yeah, that's actually... I'm going to wish you guys luck, because even though from a spiritual standpoint, this is a really beautiful change that you're going to be going through it actually, like physically, day to day, I'm not going to lie, like that's the hard part. That's the tough part. So how does your person feel about you? They kind of feel like they are at a standstill. I feel like you know how your person feels about you. I feel like that's not what this reading really is for you, pile number 3. It's more so... I feel like this reading is more so talking about like what is happening right now in this connection, because I feel like that's your question. Like, you just kind of don't feel like you really understand what is going on. And all I can tell you is that what's happening right now is something that absolutely does need to happen. So, and again, this is a general reading. So if you feel like for whatever reason this does not resonate and doesn't make sense for you, then don't force it. It does not have to. Girl, and when I say girl, I don't care about your gender. Gender is whatever. Who cares about gender? Person who I care about, you. There are hundreds and thousands of readers on this planet on YouTube who are putting out content every single day, hundreds and thousands and millions of things of content. If this reading does not resonate for you, or you feel like this is not your thing, babe, go find somebody else. I encourage you, find what makes sense for you and run with that. Okay? You do not have to sit here and subject yourself to something that does not make sense to you. So with that being said, I truly do hope that you have an amazing day. What I'm going to do now is I am going to get into the direct messages from your person. So basically going to be pulling as if they were speaking to you directly, unfiltered. If they didn't care about the consequences, if they didn't care about like their own self-doubt and their own thoughts in their head, just straight up, this is what I'm thinking, this is how I'm feeling. And we're going to do that over on Patreon in the extended reading. If you're interested, then just follow the link on over there. But if this is where we part ways, then just have an amazing day. You're amazing. Everything is going to work out and be okay. I promise you it will. And, I will see you in the next one, pile number 3. So bye. Talk to you later.